Ishibon Guru in the house, back with another bang on video. This is a different kind of a video that I'm trying to make, but I've got some news more to cover. So I will finish those news very quickly, and then we are going to talk about the potential chances of Arsenal, the players that can actually improve Arsenal and turn what Mikel Arteta is actually trying to do at Arsenal, probably change his fortunes. And of course, us Arsenal fans who are dying to see Arsenal win in the Premier League, probably that might change when this transfer window hits us. And of course, these potential players who are available can be looked into. Number one, let's talk about the news that we've got here first. Quickly, Bukayo Saka. So congratulations to Bukayo Saka on being voted Arsenal Fans Footballer of the Year for 2020. The man, the bright hope that we had, the light of consistency that we saw from this youngster was unmatched. However, while the Premier League clubs in Tier 4 areas will be tested for COVID-19 twice a week as soon as it is practically possible to do so via Sky Sports News. This is coming from it. So, especially we know in UK there's a different strain of mutant COVID-19 virus which is also affecting a lot of people. So, this becomes much more necessary. However, William Saliba is looking to hold talks with the Arsenal hierarchy over a January loan move, according to reports. Well, L'Equipe have described the relationship between the 19-year-old and Arsenal as a failed marriage. The publication says that the player's agent will fly to North London in the coming days to hold discussions, with Arsenal likely looking to get him first-team football elsewhere with the view to bringing him back next summer. So 6 months loan deal for William Saliba, and from next season we would see him play for Arsenal regularly. Well, Arsenal have averaged 0.86 goals per game in the Premier League this season. The only league campaign that they've had a lower average was 0.68. It was in 1912-1913 when they suffered their only relegation. Will things change? Only time will tell. So Gabriel Agbonlahor says Mikel Arteta has lost Arsenal's dressing room. That is what he's saying. He says, you've got to understand Arteta had a decent career, but he wasn't like a Zidane at Real Madrid with that sort of authority as a player. He is new to management, and you've got some big characters in that dressing room with Ozil, Aubameyang and David Luiz. I can imagine Luiz has a lot to say in that dressing room with the stuff he's won in the game and the career he's had. I do think he's lost the dressing room. I look at body language, and when Pepe came off, I could tell by his body language he's not having the manager. Lacazette, when he's coming on for 10 minutes, you can tell he's not having the manager. It's hard though when you look at it, because I do feel sorry for Arteta, because he's come in, done well and won a trophy, and now with these results, these players are not running for him. These players have done it to previous managers, and they'll do the same to him. They'll throw him under the bus and wait for the next manager to come along. This is exactly what I not want at Arsenal. But moving on, well, Aubameyang has opened up about how he is happy about Miguel Aziz and the youngsters. He says, we saw a few more young players in our last European game, and we also saw them joining with training quite a lot lately. And one player who I think looks really good is Miguel Aziz. Miguel is going to be a great player in the future. He's really calm and mature, so I'm sure he's got what you need to be a success and have a big career. About Folarin Balogun, well, it looks like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang also has faith in the youngster to lead the line. He says, for the moment, the most important thing to do is to win games and get points. We're thinking about the cup tonight, and in this competition in the past, we have often seen young players get a chance. And with the Europe League as well this season, there have been maybe more opportunities for the young guys to get minutes. I've spoken before about how talented I think Balogun is, so I'm not even surprised to see him scoring in the Europa League as he has been doing. I'm so happy for him, because when you're young, your dream is first of all to play with the first team. Also, let's talk about David Ornstein. David Ornstein said Arsenal have no appetite to make another managerial change. Moreover, they believe in Arteta, what he's doing, his vision and philosophy, where he is trying to take the club in a way I don't think they ever quite did under Unai Emery. I think they had reservations about Emery's ways of working, his methods, his communication, both verbally in terms of his English and also the messages he was trying to express. I think they are genuinely very happy with what they see in Arteta's work. Now let's talk about the transfer news that we've got for you guys. So, Arsenal in all sorts of trouble, 15th. Can they actually turn this around? Well, there's only one way. The only thing that can save them is this transfer window, because these players are not good enough. They can definitely not fight for the club. All they think is it's a cycle. There's going to be a new manager who's going to go, and I'm going to get more chances. Maybe Lacazette thinks that way. Maybe Xhaka thinks that way. But all in all, there are lots of players who just want out of Arsenal, or rather, they would want the manager to be out of Arsenal. Whatever is the case, things are not looking good for Mikel Arteta. So what can happen? What changes can we bring in so that Arsenal move from rather 15th to a very high position? Well, let's talk about a certain transfer targets that Arsenal should target in the January window. Number 5. Well, of course, talking about the big swap deal in the summer and talking about it again and again. Well, Christian Eriksen is definitely fed up at Inter Milan. We all know what is his relationship right now at Inter Milan. Signed a huge deal, earns 260k a week. Was signed for a meager 16 million pounds from Tottenham. Well, he was a star that we thought that, Mkhitaryan is doing so good in Serie A. Why not him? Lukaku is doing awesome. So is Ashley Young in terms of the appearances, what I can see. But what about Christian Eriksen? He's not at all fitting in Antonio Conte's program. So will he be good at Arsenal? I don't know. But the best part is Granit Xhaka, who has a lot of temperament issues recently. Well, we can address that problem. Well, Granit Xhaka in a swap deal, a 6-month loan deal swap between Granit Xhaka and Christian Eriksen would actually try to bring something different, because Granit Xhaka being a centre mid, you can get a cam in Christian Eriksen, and a little bit of creative woes is definitely to be addressed very in a big necessary way. It's definitely very much necessary. However, let's move on to number 4. The next option is Alejandro Gomez, or Papu Gomez is what you guys know his name as. Well, Papu Gomez is definitely not having a wonderful time. He's 32 years of age, I know. Should not be included in this list, of course. But, well, you never know. I think this guy definitely has more to offer, because the way he actually turned around Atalanta and the way he keeps on going on, I think I like this guy. I really do. He offers a lot. So I think Alejandro Gomez would definitely add a lot of value, since the fact that he's fallen apart from Gasperini. So this could definitely act as a big catalyst for Arsenal to get this man. However, it could be difficult to get him, because he might look elsewhere. Probably he's 32 years of age. Maybe would not want to come to the Premier League, or rather Arsenal may not look in the direction, but he could be a very good signing. The next on that list is Philippe Coutinho. Now, there are lots of reasons why I don't want him to come to Arsenal, but there are some reasons why it makes so much sense so that he could come to Arsenal, because more importantly, the guy can play as a winger, the guy can definitely play as a cam, but more importantly, he will definitely fetch you goals from outside the box. Always a threat if you give him space, and definitely tries to bring something more to the table. Problems? Wages. Also, one great way that Arsenal can actually get him is Barcelona are actually thinking about selling Coutinho this January to avoid paying 18 millions to Liverpool, which they will have to if Coutinho plays 12 more games for Barcelona. So if he plays 12 more games, they've got to pay 18 million pounds to Liverpool. That's the clause that they put on this player, and it looks like Philippe Coutinho is literally trapped in Barcelona. He actually trapped himself. Rather, he would have stayed in Liverpool and could have won the Champions League, the Premier League, and of course, a lot of respect. But will he be good in Arsenal? Why I don't want him in Arsenal? Two words. I'm sorry. Kia Joorabchian. Lots of reasons why Milan don't want to do any business with Kia Joorabchian. So yes, that is the one big reason. Number 2 on that list is none other than the Prince of Lyon, Houssem Aouar. Of course, the guy really adds a lot of flair in terms of providing assists, and it doesn't have some huge numbers, but those numbers are really important in connecting the dots while attacking. It's so clear that we actually miss somebody in that midfield, and it's quite evident that a single person is definitely who's not well versed with the league, and of course who's not well versed might be difficult for him to settle. We know what's happened with Nicolas Pepe. It might happen with Houssem Aouar. That is certain things that is actually holding me back. But still, Houssem Aouar could definitely add a lot of flair and quality in that attack. Which brings to me to another transfer target, Isco Alarcon, of course, linked with Arsenal. Isco, But Arsenal are looking to get him on loan. Isco on loan is not a bad idea, definitely not. But more importantly, his salary is 6 million euros would definitely burn a big hole in that pocket of Arsenal. But more importantly, if we're trying to get him, I think we might get some results. I mean, Isco is definitely quality, but people say that he's washed up and has injury issues. Lots of time he's out injured. It's not the same Isco what he was at Malaga and definitely came to Real Madrid. Is not the same player. So those are the slight bit of concerns. But Isco is definitely the guy to watch out for. And also none other than Emiliano Buendia, special mention. Now, why he fits the bill? Why is he, for me, the number one possible sign that Arsenal should look at? Number one, the price tag is very low. Okay. Plus, you've got a guy who tackles, who wins you the ball as soon as he loses it, with his perfect interceptions and his perfect tackles, scores goals, has been scoring goals for Norwich as recently and performing really well for Norwich City. Will be cheap, scores goals, and definitely provides a lot of assists. The one big, and he's Premier League proven as well. And also, he is a guy who's playing in the Championship. So Arsenal, please keep your eyes open for Emiliano Buendia as well. If Hossein Aouar is a prime target, Emiliano Buendia should never be less than that. So this is what I've got. Please let me know what you guys feel about what are the best signings that Arsenal should look at in the cam roll. In the comments, let me know when there's a watch along coming on, so you can be a part of that as well. Cheers. I will see you in the next one, and do not forget to subscribe.